Hello. In this video, we'll solve a new problem on orthographic projection of a simple machine part. Click on this window to start a new drawing. We are going to solve a new problem. So that file is ready on my computer. Practice example 2. So this is that problem we are going to solve. Refer the isometric view shown in the figure. So isometric view of a machine part is given. Draw front view, top view and left side view of the object. So let's draw front view, top view and left side view of the object. So check this arrow. First of all, we'll have to check overall length, width and height of the object. So height of the object is 20 plus 40, 60 millimeter is height of the object. Length of the object, check here, center to center distance is 60. Extreme left edge is curved edge which has radius 25 and extreme right edge of this object is also curved edge that has radius 35. So center to center distance between these two curved edges, extreme left curved edge and extreme right curved edge, center to center distance is 60. We should add 25 millimeters and 35 millimeters on the right side, so that from extreme left end to right end, that is total length of the object, will get 60 plus 25 plus 35, that is 120 millimeters. So 120 millimeters is length of the object, 60 millimeters is height of the object and dimension parallel to this arrow, that is width. So from front end to back end. Now you can notice here from this object that left end is narrow as compared to the right end. So widest portion of this object is on the right side and that is nothing but diameter of this curved edge. Extreme front edge is curve of radius 35. So back edge is also curve of radius 35. So total width is 70 millimeter. So let's come to our drawing. This is our drawing page. I am not interested in this grid, so I am making this grid off. These 4 toggle keys or these 5 toggle keys I will keep on, that is dynamic input. Blue colored means it is on. Ortho mode, snapping lines and snap cursor to reference points. Check the menu under snap cursor to reference points. Be sure that entire menu is tick marked. And also this toggle key for line weight. If any of these keys is not present in this toggle keys bar, then you will get it here. Click on the customization menu and the key in which you want here on the screen, you tick mark on those toggle keys so that those keys will be present here. Okay. What are the dimensions of the object we are discussing right now? Length 120, height 60 and width 70. So the space required here for our drawing is approximately, you can say 300 millimeters vertical, 400 millimeters horizontal. That much space is enough, we may say. So we'll set limit for our page in this manner. Type limit, enter. Lower point 0, 0, 0, comma 0, enter. And upper limit is horizontally 400, comma and vertically 300, enter. Okay, so to get that space, zoom, enter, all, enter. And now check what length of the line you will able to draw vertically. and it is 294, that is approximately 300 millimeter. So we have set the required space for our drawing now. Now let's start drawing, but initial work will be in construction lines. So we'll select thickness for the line. So here, check here. Here you can see a small lines of different thickness. So here you will able to select the thickness for the line. So for construction line, I am selecting here 0.15 millimeters. And now I'll start drawing the construction lines. So select line command. You can type that line command and select it, or directly take your cursor to this button and click it. Now if you click here again, that will be the start point of the line. So I have clicked it, and now start point of the line. What we are drawing? A thin rectangle to place front view. Which two dimensions you get in the front view? Length horizontally. How much is that length? 120. Enter. And how much height this object has? 60. Enter. Then take cursor on the left hand side, 120 length, and take cursor upwards to close the rectangle and exit, escape. So this is how we have completed the front view rectangle. Which two dimensions you get in the top view? Length horizontally and width vertically. To start drawing that rectangle, line command I will select. Using this line command, I will complete the rectangle here. To select the line command, take your cursor in this draw menu and click this button, or type line in the command bar and enter. Or now first I will escape with this. I am just telling you the options. Or if you press space bar or enter key on your keypad, the previous command will repeat again. So I am pressing that space bar and check. Now you are ready to draw a line. Again escape. Now I will prefer using mouse. So I will move that cursor on this button in the draw menu. Click it and you are ready to draw the line. So move that cursor on the left end. Since this toggle key is on, snap cursor to reference points, the AutoCAD will select immediately that left end reference point here. But don't click here. Just visualize that tracking line downwards. We want space between front view rectangle and top view rectangle 20 millimeters. So type 20 and enter, so that now watch here. The start point of the line is 20 millimeters below the original rectangle. Now 120 millimeters horizontal. So just move cursor on the right side. 120, enter. Then move cursor downwards. Vertically height 70 millimeters in the top view. Enter. Then again length 120 horizontal. Enter. And complete the rectangle. Let's complete the side view rectangle. So line command, track this highest point and leave 20 millimeter space, enter, and start drawing the line. So horizontally, in the side view, horizontal dimension is width of the object, that is 70, enter. In the side view, you get height vertically, that is 60, enter. Then horizontally width again, that is 70, enter, and then complete the rectangle. These are all construction lines, so you need not worry about thickness. You need not change the thickness of these lines. Our construction lines are 0.15 millimeter thick. Okay, now check the original drawing. Check for symmetry. So front and back side are similar. All visual details on the front side and back side are identical. So this object is symmetrical, but front side and back side are mirror images. Left right are not similar, or top bottoms are not similar, but front and back are similar. So here front back symmetry is involved. So let's draw corresponding axis of symmetry here. So front and back are inseparable in front view. You must know this, that this is right side of the object, this is left side, top and bottom. In the top view, top and bottom are inseparable, but this is right end, this is left end, it is a front end and back end. So front end and back end, or front side and back side are similar. So here you are going to draw horizontal axis of symmetry, dividing this rectangle in two parts, two identical parts, front side and back side. So let's draw that axis of symmetry. So select a command. Unless you select command, this toggle key will not get activated. That is, snap reference points key will not get activated. So I have selected a line command, and now check here, if I move cursor closer to the end point, that end point directly gets selected here. Now we want midpoint. So check here, the triangle suggests midpoint of that vertical edge. But don't click it. You track that midpoint in this way. Check that green tracking line. And move slightly away from that midpoint and click it. So this is your start point. Check here. So from this point, draw horizontal axis of symmetry. Since it is center line or axis of symmetry, it should be slightly beyond the boundary. Similarly, in the side view, you know that this is front end of the object and this is back end. Top end and bottom end. Of course, top and bottom are not similar in this case, but front side and back side are similar. So here the axis of symmetry is vertical line. So line, get the midpoint, slightly above the midpoint you start the center line and click it here, slightly outside the boundary of side view to draw the vertical center line. Now these two are center lines. So let's select the type of lines. Now watch here. Here you can clearly see the type of lines involved here. That suggests you that this bar will give you the required type of line. So let's check which are the type of lines available here. So click on this arrow. And in this drop down menu, you don't see here any center line. So we'll have to load those required type of lines. So I'll click on other. A window will get opened. Will load center line. So watch here. Just check in alphabetical order center. So I have selected the center line. OK. So center line got selected. Also we want to select hidden lines. Hidden lines are required. So load one more type of line, that is hidden line. I am going to select here. Check here hidden line. So I have selected hidden line. OK. And again press here OK. So now check here in the type of lines, center line is available, hidden line is available and continuous line is also available. Okay. Now we want this line as a center line. So click here on the type of lines and select that center line. So check here. Here there is center line, a longer dash and shorter dash. So escape. But I think these dashes are too long as compared to the size of our drawing. So I'll reduce size of these dashes. So how to do that? Listen. Select the center line. Now right click. A window will open. In that window, click on properties. A property window will get opened and line type scale. Here it is 1. I'll reduce it to 0.5. 0.5. I have typed 0.5 there and enter. Now close the window. Check here, the size of center line has changed. I think that it is still little longer, so I will reduce it further. So I have selected it, right click, properties, and instead of 0.5 I will make it 0.4, enter and close it. Check here, now it has reduced. I think this size for center line is okay. Now I will select this center line because I want the identical center line here in the side view. So properties of this horizontal center line I want to match with this vertical center line. Match properties, check here, a brush type symbol will appear as cursor and select that vertical center line, click on it and escape. So this is how we have drawn vertical center line. Okay, now we are ready to draw front view, top view, side view. Check the drawing. Clearly there are three parts we can see here. Base plate. In top view it shows its shape, and in other two views this plate will appear thin rectangular, we'll say rectangular strips because it is a plate. So in top view its shape will appear, and in other two views this base plate will appear as rectangles. Similarly, this cylinder, in the top view it will appear circle, remaining two views it will appear rectangle of height 40. This cylinder has height 40 and height appears in the front view and side view. So in front view and side view this cylinder appears rectangle, and in the top view it will appear circle. Then there is another circle here that represents hole in the cylinder. Depth of the hole is not given, so it is understood that this is through hole. That means this circular hole of diameter 30 has opening at the base of this object. And then there is a thin triangular plate. It is a rib. Such plates which are used to increase strength of the machine part are called ribs. So this is a rib. It is triangular plate. In front view it appears as a triangle, but in other two views it will appear as rectangular strips. So let's proceed. Start with the base plate. Now in the top view its shape, and this shape, that is largest surface of the base plate, has curved edges. On the left side it has curved edge. Remember, this arrow X suggests you front side. So with reference to this arrow, sides of this object you must be able to identify. Front in the opposite direction, it is back. Then top and bottom. And this is the left side of the object and this is the right side of the object. Okay, so left side and right side are curved edges and center to center distance is 60. So you should start with curved edges. So left side curved edge at distance 25 millimeters, it has center. So let's locate the center first and then we'll draw this curve. Right side curved edge has radius 35. Now check here. In the top view that shape appears. So I have selected circle. Check here that green triangle. So from this green triangle, at distance 25 millimeters, so type 25 and enter. We want to draw a circle. Now the circle you are watching here on the screen, its radius to be selected. Center we have already selected. Now radius is 25. Enter. Now on the right side, its curved edge of radius 35. So I have selected that command circle. From the midpoint of right edge, move cursor on the left side, that is you have now tracking line there. Check that green triangle. So you have selected that green triangle, that is the midpoint of the right edge. That midpoint of the right edge is on the axis of symmetry. From that point on the left side, you have moved the cursor. Now type 35. Be sure that green tracking line is present on the screen. Now type 35. Enter. So you will get a circle now with center 35 mm from left end of the object. Now I'll escape. Once again listen. From center to center distance is 60 mm. Check here. Center to center distance given is 60 mm. This 60 mm distance is parallel to length axis. In the top view, length axis is horizontal. So where is the center of this circle? Check here. This toggle key, snap cursor to 2D reference point, is on. So AutoCAD should give you that center of the circle, but it's not suggesting you where is that center of the circle. Remember, unless you select a command, this key, snap cursor to 2D reference point, will not get activated. So now watch here. I'll select the circle key. Now I've selected it. Now move cursor to the circle, the smaller circle, and you will realize that AutoCAD software is suggesting you the center of the circle. Check here. Now you can clearly see the center of the circle. From this center, check, at distance 60 mm. But now don't type 60 mm because we cannot see tracking line. Now the tracking line is there and it is from that center. Type 60, enter. So this is how you can select the center. So if you remember earlier, we selected center by measuring 35 from right end. Now here I have selected center of bigger circle by measuring 60 mm from the center of that smaller circle. So here I am going to draw circle of radius 35. So type 35, enter. So these are the two circles I have drawn, but actually it is not complete circle. It is curved edge of radius 25 on the left side, curved edge of radius 35 on the right side. Now watch here. There is a straight line here. It is not principal edge. This straight line meets the curved edge somewhere here. Also this straight line meets the bigger curved edge somewhere here. But at those points of contact are not sharp corners. That means this non-principal edge is tangent to the curved edges. So we are going to draw tangent to these two curves. So how to draw those non-principal edges which are tangent to these two circles? Try to understand. So I want to draw a line. That's why I've selected line command. Click on line command. Specify first point. We know that first point is tangent to this smaller circle and last point is also tangent to the circle. So how to select the first point? We want first point tangent. So type tangent and enter. Tangent to which circle? So the smaller circle. So move cursor to select the smaller circle and check there in green color the symbol you get that suggests you that line will start as tangent to the smaller circle. So click on the smaller circle and now move the cursor and you will realize that a line starts and that starting point on the line is tangent to the smaller circle. Wherever you move that cursor, in whatever angle you want to draw a line, if you draw it, it will be tangent to the smaller circle. But now specify the next point, that is last point of the line, and this end point of the line must be tangent to the bigger circle. So end point is tangent. So type tangent, enter. And it is tangent to the bigger circle. Now move cursor on the bigger circle so that you can see that notation in green color that suggests you tangency. Click on the bigger circle now and you will get the line which is tangent to the bigger circle and escape. Proper hair cross with a rectangle at the center, that means you have escaped from the command. Now we are going to draw identical line on the front side also, that is line tangent to these two circles. To select the earlier command, that is in this case line command, what you should do, press space bar or press enter key on your keyboard or move cursor and click on the line key, or you can type line in the command bar. So many ways are there to select that line command. I prefer to use a mouse. Click it. So now line command is activated. Computer is asking us the first point of the line, but first point of the line is tangent to the smaller circle. So I'll type tan, enter. So now it will be tangent, but tangent to which circle? So move cursor closer to the smaller circle, click on it. So now check here, you get the line tangent to the smaller circle, and now computer is asking us to specify next point, that is end point of the line. Now end point of the line is also tangent to the circle, so type tan, enter. Now tangent to which circle? So move cursor closer to the bigger circle and click on the bigger circle, and you got a line tangent to the bigger circle. Check it. Now escape. So this is how you have completed the shape. But wait, we don't want complete circle. So unnecessary portion of the circle you are going to remove, and boundary portion of the circle is actually that boundary curved edge that we want to retain. So to remove unnecessary portion of this circle, I'll use this trim command. So move cursor to trim command, click the trim command and press enter key or space bar. So check here that hair cross has disappeared, only that pick box is there. Now move that pick box to the portion which you want to trim. So this portion, check here, click on that portion, then click on that portion. Also this bigger circle, click on the portion you want to remove and click on the portion you want to remove. So this is how the required shape is ready. Escape. You can bring this drawing at the center. How? Press and hold the wheel on mouse and move the drawing in this way. The wheel on the mouse is still pressed. Check shape of the cursor has changed. And wherever you want that drawing, so I have centered it, leave the mouse wheel. So this is how we have centered the drawing again. By rotating the wheel on the mouse, you can zoom in and zoom out if required. Right now, we want to select thickness for these edges. Right now, we want to choose a thickness for these boundary edges. So select the line. It is not a construction line now. This is edge of the top surface of the base plate. We want its thickness 0.5 millimeters. So I have selected its thickness as 0.5 millimeters. Escape. Check once again how to use this button, match properties. Select the line whose properties we are going to copy for other boundary lines. Then match properties and click on the edges which you want thick and then escape. So this is how we have completed top view of the base plate. Now to establish center, you are going to draw center lines also. So here, check here. When you move cursor to the larger curve, computer is showing us center for that larger curve. Check. So move cursor to the center. Don't click it right now, because if you click it, a line will start from the center. We don't want a line starting from the center. Check the first tracking line, and now I am clicking it below the boundary of the curve. Check here. Here I have clicked, so that becomes the starting point for the center line. And now move cursor upwards and click slightly outside the front view rectangle and escape. What is this line? This is center line again, and in the front view it is axis of the cylinder and that circular hole. Or select center line, match properties, and this is how I have converted this vertical line to center line. Similarly, line, I am drawing center line for the smaller circle. So first of all, select the center. Watch here. Move cursor to the circular edge, and computer will show the center of that curved edge. So now this is, here is the center of the curved edge. So from the center of the curved edge, visualize the tracking line first, and then click it outside the diagram and move it. Here there is no hole or cylinder, so we need not extend this line upwards. It is center line, so select the earlier center line and match its properties with this new center line. Okay. Now this is a base plate. Dimensions you get in the top view are length and width vertically. So height appears in the front view and in the side view. And it is base plate. So from base you are going to measure height 20 millimeters. Identify the base, and from the base check that green rectangle there. Click it, because from base you are going to measure 20 millimeters. You want height 20 millimeters. So click it upwards, move just cursor upwards, and for exact 20 millimeter length type 20 and enter. So check here, you got height 20. Then length 70, height 20 and length 70. Escape. Match properties. So first of all, select the boundary line in the top view, click on match properties, and these are all the edges or boundary edges or boundary of base plate in the front view. Similarly, I will draw side view. It is also rectangle. Inner view shape, remaining two views rectangle. Remember this logic. So in the top view it's shape, now remaining two views it is a rectangle. But what is the width of this plate? Vertical dimension in the top view is width. It is 70. In the side view width appears horizontally, and that 70 millimeter width we have already measured in the side view. And height of this plate is 20. Okay. So from the base I measured height 20. Enter. 70 width, 20 height, and again 70 width. Escape. Match properties. Match properties. Check. So this is side view of the base plate. So first part is over, that is base plate. Now there is a hollow cylinder. So hollow cylinder, in the top view it appears circle that has diameter 50 and smaller circle that is opening of that circular hole that has diameter 30, that is radius 15. And check center of the circular edges of the cylinder and center of that 35 millimeter radius edge will coincide in the top view, because in the top view vertical dimension becomes 0. So let's draw these two circles. So in the top view, select circle, and you know where is that center. Get that center. Calculator, Computer will select that center for you. Just move cursor closer to the center, click on it, and now you will able to draw circle for required radius. Now radius is 25 for the cylinder, 25, and enter. And again I will press enter to select the same command, circle command, or you may click here also. Now that circle command is selected. Now move cursor closer to the center again. This intersection of center lines is also center of the circle. So click on it. And what radius is required for the hole? 15, 1, 5. Enter. These are edges of the cylinder, top edges of the cylinder, circular edge of the cylinder, and then circular edge of opening of the hole. Since these are edges, must be thick lines. So select earlier drawn thick line, then match properties, and these two circles must be thick. Escape. Now cylinder that appears circle in the top view, in other two views will appear rectangle. So now line command, draw end projector. So right end of the cylinder and left end of the cylinder. So from right end of the cylinder I am drawing this tracking line. Be sure before you click that tracking line is visible right now, and which point it tracks. So it tracks right end of the cylinder. Now I have clicked it slightly above. Anywhere you can click it, of course. Slightly above I have clicked it, and then up to the base plate I have drawn the line. So you have got that extra length for this line, that extra portion to be trimmed. So click here, trim, enter, and then remove that portion. So cylinder is above the base plate. Height of the entire object we have already measured 60. Out of 60, that 20 millimeter height is height of the base plate, and above that 40 millimeter height is height of the cylinder. Similarly, now watch here. I have selected line command and left end of the cylinder I am tracking now. So this is how I have drawn the line. So if you draw line longer than required, then you can trim that portion this way. Trim, enter. After clicking on trim, don't forget to enter, or don't forget to press that space bar. Remove that extra portion. So this is how I have drawn the line. Now there are other ways also to draw this line. So I am removing this line now to make you understand the other ways to draw this line. So I have selected the line and erased it. Now listen how to use offset command. To draw parallel line at certain distance or through certain points, you can use this offset command. So click on the offset command and draw parallel lines. So parallel lines are through selected point if you want to draw. Then watch in that command bar, it is mentioned through. It is already typed there through. So if you enter, then that through command will get activated, and through the point you have selected, through that point you will get parallel line. Or if you want to draw a parallel line at certain distance, then you move cursor on that side, on the side at which you want the parallel line. If you want line parallel on the left side, move cursor left side. If you want parallel line on the right side, move cursor on the right side of the reference line. You will understand it better. Now watch here. I want to draw parallel line at certain distance. How much distance? Watch here. Parallel to this line, I want to draw a line at distance equal to diameter, because it is boundary of the cylinder, right boundary. So right to left. It is diameter of the cylinder. So diameter of the cylinder means at what distance you want to type it? At 50. 50. Enter. So now at 50 millimeter you will get that parallel line. But which line you want at distance 50 millimeter? So this line. So move that pick box on that line, select that line and move cursor on the left side and click it. So this is how you have selected. You have used that offset command to draw parallel line. Still that command is activated. So using this line, again clicking on the line, you can draw a parallel line at any other distance you want. So for example, I have selected this line at distance 50 millimeter, selected this line at distance 50 millimeter, I have selected this line again at distance 50 millimeters. This is how I am drawing parallel lines. This is how you can use offset command. Now parallel to this line at distance say 20 millimeters. So I have typed 20, enter. So now you will get this parallel line at distance 20 millimeters. So this is how you can use offset command. I'll remove those unnecessary lines. So I've selected those lines to be erased and I have erased. I'm removing this line also again. Erase. Now something new I want to tell you. To draw a line parallel to this line at distance 50 millimeters, you can use this copy command also. Check how many ways are there to draw that line at distance 50 millimeters. So copy. I have pressed copy command. Then select object. So I have selected this object. Take pick box to that object. So this line I want to copy. Enter. Now select the base point. So I have clicked on the base point of the line and move that line. Now this line you can copy anywhere you want. So I want it to copy at distance 50 millimeters. So 50. Enter. So I told you how we can draw this line using offset command, by tracking the left end of this circle, or using copy command. Okay, also again I have used line command to complete this rectangle. Have you noticed the earlier horizontal line? It is a construction line. And now I have drawn a horizontal line from this end to this end. That horizontal line is this circular edge or top of the cylinder. So don't get confused with construction line and top of the cylinder. Top of the cylinder means this circular edge of the cylinder in the front view. So select a line, match properties and check here. Cylinder appears a rectangle in the side view also, rectangle of height 40. Select or click on line command from midpoint 25, enter. So at distance 25 millimeters the start point is. So from this start point, this is that vertical edge of the rectangle. This cylinder appears a rectangle in the side view also. So click, then 50 millimeters, 50, enter, then vertical line, that is height of the cylinder, and click. So complete the rectangle. So check here what logic we use. Cylinder appears circle in the top view because it is vertical cylinder. It appears rectangle in the front view and a rectangle in the side view. Now match properties. Match properties. Check. Escape. Now this cylinder has a hole. It appears circle in the top view. So that circle we have already drawn. Click. Again, it is a hole, but circular hole. In top view circle, remaining two views a rectangle. But it is a hole. It is surrounded by material. Therefore, in the front view and side view, it will be hidden. So how to draw it? I am using line command. Now check here. Either you draw tracking line in this manner. Start it outside the diagram. Extra portion we can erase anytime and up to the base. Trim that extra portion. Enter. Copy it. Select it. Copy. Now specify base point. So base of that vertical line. And move it. At what distance you want to copy it? At distance equal to diameter. How much is diameter of that circle? 30. So 30. Enter. You can use offset command or you can track this left end of the hole. Left end of the hole. You can track it. So for example, this way line, and from here you can track it. But these are hidden lines. So select it and type of line hidden. Click. So hidden. Escape. I think that for this size of the object, these dashes for the hidden lines are little longer. I will reduce the size of these dashes. So I have selected it. Right click. Properties, and instead of 1 I will make it say 0.8. Enter and close this window. Escape. Now I will select thickness for this line. Select the line, and here for that hidden line I will select, it should be medium dark, so I will make it 0.35. Escape. Now use match property command. So select this line, match properties. Check here, this hole must be a through hole. Now the same hole in the side view. Again it is a rectangle. Side view is symmetrical view, we know. So it is a hole. So dotted lines. From center at distance radius. How much is that radius? 15 millimeter. That enter. So here the first dotted line, and at the same distance on the left side. So either you draw it independently or you can use offset command or you can use copy command also. So I have selected it. Copy. Now specify base point. I will select base of that vertical line and move it at what distance I want to copy it. 30 millimeter. That is from distance between the two boundary generators is diameter of the cylinder. So I will type 30 and enter. Okay. Escape. So this is how I have drawn these two lines. Now match properties. So select the earlier drawn dotted line, click on match properties, check that brush type icon there and click on the lines which you want hidden. Escape. So this is how we have completed the whole. And now check this triangular plate. In front view it appears triangle. Height of this triangle is 40 millimeter. That is height of the cylinder, which is already present in our orthographic view. 40 millimeter height, because cylinder we have completed already in our orthographic views. Now let's complete that triangle. In front view it appears a triangle and remaining two views, since it is a plate, a rectangle in the sense rectangular strip. And what is that thickness of this plate? Now thickness, watch here, it is to be measured parallel to this X arrow. Here it is thickness, you can see clearly, but dimensions are missing here. Thickness is nowhere mentioned. So we'll have to assume certain thickness for this plate. Now compare this thickness with other given dimensions, and in proportion with the given dimensions you select thickness. So watch here, 20 millimeter thick this base plate. I think that thickness of the triangular plate is nearly half of thickness of this base plate. So I'll choose 10 millimeter thickness. So let's come to our drawing and 10 millimeter thickness. But first of all, from this end and where it meets the base plate, check once again here. The left end, watch here, left and right, front, back. So left end of this triangular plate is at distance 25 millimeters from extreme left of the plate. Okay, so let's come to our drawing again. From extreme left of our object, move cursor on the right side, type 25, enter. And check here, we got lines not at the required position. So escape. Now listen to me very carefully. Select line command, select left end and move cursor to get that tracking line. But be sure that when tracking line is visible on your screen, that left end is highlighted. Check here, left end of the object. Can you see that rectangular box at the left end? Yes. That means now really we are measuring 25 millimeter from left end. Now type 25 and enter. And now watch here. Now line will start exactly at distance 25 millimeters from left end. But join this line. We don't want vertical or horizontal line. We want that line to meet the top of the cylinder. So move cursor up to top of the cylinder till that top of the cylinder gets highlighted. Check that rectangular box at the top of the cylinder and click now. So you got that required edge. So this is that triangular surface of the rib. That means that triangular thin plate. Match properties. So select the boundary line, click on match properties and then select that inclined line. Escape. So this is how you have completed front view of the triangular plate. Now in the top view, the triangular plate appears a rectangular strip. So from center, check here, center is highlighted now. From the center, move downwards, type 5, enter. So from the center at distance 5 millimeters, you will be able to draw line. So from this line, so here line starts, I'll draw first of all thickness line, that is 10 millimeters, enter. Then I'll draw a horizontal line up to the circular edge of the cylinder. You can extend that line and you can trim it. So I've extended that line, escape. To enlarge or to zoom in or zoom out of your drawing, use wheel on the mouse. Escape. Now I'll trim that unnecessary length of the line. So trim, enter. Unless you press enter, that is space bar or enter key, that trim command will not get activated. And now that extra extension I am trimming. So this is that strip up to the boundary of the cylinder. Now same line I want to repeat here below the center line also at distance 5 millimeters. So I'll use offset command. Watch here. Click offset. At distance 10 millimeter you want to offset it. So that 10 millimeter distance appears there in that command box. Enter. Okay, which line? This line. You want to offset below the original line. At what distance? At distance 10 millimeter. That 10 millimeter distance is appearing in that command box. Simply press or simply click it. So that line now appears at distance 10 millimeter from original line. Now escape. It is a boundary line or edge of the triangular plate. So match properties. Watch here. Escape. Now this triangular plate in the side view also. This triangular plate in the side view. Remember, in a view shape remaining two views it appears rectangular strip. So in front view it is triangle, that is its largest surface, or you can say shape of the plate. When you say it is triangular plate, it means its largest surface is triangle and that appears in the front view. So remaining two views this plate appears a rectangular strip. So in the top view we have drawn that rectangular strip meeting the curved surface of the cylinder. Now we'll draw this triangular strip in the side view. Which two dimensions you get in the side view? Width. Width is vertical in the top view, that is 10 millimeter. So here width to be measured horizontally. So 10 millimeter horizontally. Side view is symmetrical. So from symmetry on the right side 5 and on the left side 5. So line from the midpoint on the right side. Just move cursor first of all on the right side to get that tracking line. Now type 5 and enter. Now at distance 5 millimeter, check here. I have drawn this vertical line. Because that is height of this triangular plate 40 millimeters. So from top up to the base plate. So from top up to the base plate surface. And this line you can offset it just to make you familiar with all these commands step by step. I'll use copy command. So copy, specify base point. So base point, first of all the line you want to copy it. So it's base point I've selected, and now this line anywhere you can copy, but I want to copy on the left side at distance 10 millimeters. Enter. Escape now. So you got that line. Now match properties. Okay, now if I ask you where is this cylinder in the side view, so show me this rectangle. And where is this triangular plate in the side view, so show me this rectangular strip. What I am explaining you, listen, side view of the cylinder, that is this rectangle, and side view of this triangular plate, that is this rectangular strip. Okay. Side views of these two parts, cylinder and triangular plate, side views of these two parts overlap. So when this happens, you check for hidden details. Now from the left side, this is left side view, observer is watching from left. So this triangular plate is visible. So don't draw this triangular plate hidden, it's visible. So dark continuous lines are correct. Had it been this triangular plate on the right side, then we would have concluded that triangular plate as a hidden plate and we would have drawn these two lines are dotted. Okay, so this is how we have completed the drawing. Now dimensions. These are linear dimensions. Vertical, horizontal dimensions you can insert using the linear dimension. But if you want to give dimensions for inclined lines or for other dimensions for circles or circular arcs, check the drop down menu here. and the required dimensions you can select here from. But right now I am selecting linear dimension, height of the plate. So from top of the base plate to the base of the base plate, 20 millimeter. Now I think for the size of our views, these dimension lines or these dimensions are very small. I'll have to increase size of these dimensions. So how to do that? Type D and select dimension style, dim style. Click on that. So a window will open. Now we'll modify. Click on the lines, color of the lines. You may select any other color, or it's your choice. You can have it black, or if you want to change the color. So let's, in this problem, select the blue color. Extension lines color also will select a blue color. Don't press OK. Other details also. Arrows, symbols and arrows. Okay, don't worry about symbols, but arrow size, let's make it 4. Then text. Text color, let's make it blue again. That means our dimensions will be in blue color. And text height, let's double it, that is make it 5. And ISO standard. Okay. So this is how you will get dimensions. So now close. Check here, dimensions now here in blue color, and also size has increased. So overall height of the object, again I have selected dimensions. Same command, if you want to repeat, you simply press enter. So earlier command will get repeated. Okay. 60. Then center to center distance is given 60 millimeters. Check here, 60. Just click on this center line and this center line, and you will get this dimension, distance automatically there. Now, in the drop down menu for dimensions, I'll select radius. If it is a curved edge portion of a circle, then you should mention radius. So select that arc whose radius you want to mention. So click on that arc and automatically that dimension will get created. Now same dimension to be repeated, so I have pressed space bar. Now select this arc. Check here, 35. Now again space bar. And here it is mistake, because when it is a complete circle, you should mention diameter. So select this dimension and erase it. And now I'll select from drop down menu here for dimensions, I'll select diameter. And for the outer circle, I've inserted the diameter, that is 50 millimeters. Now again, either click it here or press enter and select smaller circle, and diameter for smaller circle it is 30. I think all dimensions are ready. These are the given dimensions. So we have completed the dimensioning and therefore this drawing.